NCPD is going to be rough. Trauma Team's going to be rough, and I don't really want to fight Danger Gal because they're kind of not that bad.
Hello, everyone.
Well, the thing about
I guess we don't really. I guess we don't have to fight them. We just have to collect a trophy from them.
Yeah, Danger Gal's one of those where you like, especially Trauma Team and NCPD as well. It's basically like you pickpocket a trophy. You don't like
There we go.
try and push for it. But hi everyone.
Yeah.
Hello,
Yeah, it's us.
We're
I turned my camera on because I forgot.
We're discussing
achievements,
future plans, achievements. As in Cyberpunk Red, there are Chivos that you can get for doing different things. Obviously, it's an optional rule. It's not in the base game, but it could be fun, especially in a video game based campaign such as the one that we're running. Yeah, so just kind of going over some of the ones that are out there and seeing if we could work that into the campaign. See if there's a way to keep score or what that could end up doing. Now, of course, there are the Fickle God favors, and that's completely separate because that is forces outside of possibly even reality itself that are influencing the events that are happening in Night City. And really, that's up to you.
Changers of fate.
Yes.
Shona Roth and his tentacles are even here.
And so there
Never gonna
is
escape
our
him.
Fickle God right there. Which while there was a face to that Fickle God, Shona Roth definitely had an influence in things as well.
The Fickle Gods are done differently in Rebirth. Like Celine.
So no.
The Raven Queen.
Yeah, that's true. As my Fickle God is outdated. I have I have the old
She
model
did.
and
She did.
what is it from Men in Black 2? There's like the old model and then like the fresh hotness or whatever for like the new car that
See, we just graduated and Celine replaced her.
But
in VTuber terms.
But isn't as bad? Question mark.
Isn't as bad.
I like Weejass though.
This Weejass was created.
This Weejass was. Yeah.
Do I have a campaign for you? It's called this one. You just gotta be patient. You haven't met her yet. You've seen her, but you haven't met her.
What's that, Maddie? All things in time.
All things in time. Wheels are in motion, but there has already been some fun little crossovers because you know what? This is our game in our channel in our community, and you as my players, and of course you all in the audience. You're always welcome here, but there's no reason why we can't have some little inside jokes, fun cross references, because
triggered.
Yeah, these are the memories. These are the memories that we've made and the tears that we've shed. So we'll also have fun with them and see if there's maybe, you're running Rebirth. Well, it's on hiatus, but you're running the sequel campaign. But things can repeat, or maybe there's just a character or a notion that does come back around, and you're gonna see
there's
it through the lens of Cyberpunk.
An eviler death god in Rebirth. Eviler than Weejass.
That is true.
Man, it's so weird if you map out all the roads in Night
that miniature is pretty hot looking. So that's that's how you know that's a real baddie there.
Hot does equal evil.
But welcome everyone. Wouldn't you know, it is actually Friday. It is lightly, or it has been lightly snowing over here in the great state of Ohio. So while it's cold and snowy outside, instead we're going to be warm and comfy with friends playing a tabletop role-playing game. And life is going to be wonderful because
God.
But yes, welcome to all of you, audience.
Evil over here.
What's that?
Evil over here being the Canadian, having been like buried deep 6 feet in snow.
Only.
As an exaggeration.
I'm just looking through interface rad, and I noticed there's Halloween Screamsheets as one of the tabs.
Yep, that's the scream sheet.
We do Halloween specials on this channel.
Yes, we
Oh
do.
my
We do
God.
have Halloween specials on
horror.
this channel.
We opened
horror of some of
the
them in D&D.
campaign with one.
Actually, yeah, that's true. That was you got a little taste of that, and that was kind of mild because I haven't gotten to know your characters enough yet to very literally eviscerate them and emotionally traumatize them. But you know what? It's a new year. Halloween is only 8 months away, so it'll be here
Something like
before you
that.
know it. So get ready. We'll have another fun Halloween. Now the question is, will it cross over with Vampire, another system, or am I really just going to bully all of you, and it's going to be completely in game, in character, and we'll go
There's
from there.
plenty to bully D-Rezz with. Let's just be certain about that.
Including with ghosts and other spooky stuff. Because you are superstitious, haunted, and open to such conspiracies and
Yeah. You just gotta hope that you don't walk into Kiri and D-Rezz's apartment and see them doing the Phasmophobia death animation.
yeah.
D-Rezz doing that old style choking one.
Yeah. Yeah, Raven, we were talking, and the VTM crew did come up, and I'm like, I mean, y'all scared the vampires away. None of the vampires wanted to stay here, despite how apparently paradisical that this setting actually would be for Kindred, because there's really no need for a masquerade. But the 5 of you got the hell out of there because it was too fucked up for vampires. So
I don't think
Paradisical maybe for anarchs, yeah.
I don't think Night City would be good for people that want to drink blood. There's a lot of
I did make it kind of suboptimal for them to drink the blood of the people of Night City.
Spicy. Exactly.
Even
At best, you're getting blood full of synth drugs. At worst, it's synth blood.
But even without that, though, it's like, okay, a beast I am, lest a beast I become. But you guys are monsters.
You all have evolved. A vampire drinks your blood. They're not getting microplastics. They're getting macroplastics out of you. So
I was kind of in and out.
They pull their fangs out instead of blood. It's just they're actually straws. So
I'm an undead immortal monster, but God, this place is fucked up.
If any of you are watching and you're not over on our Discord, by the way, we had a fun little memorial shown for the events of last year, and of course, there were vampires and edge runners alike. And both of them, wouldn't you know, are also mingling together outside doing a fun construction project. And all the vampires except Clyde, run by Spectre Deflector, are having fun and in the shade because Clyde is my whipping boy, and he is the one who gets eternally punished and tortured. And honestly, Specs brings it on Clyde, but I have fun doing it. So
They're a chaos gremlin. It's deserved.
So if any of you go over there looking seasonal art, Clyde is the only vampire who doesn't have an umbrella or anything, and his face is like starting to burn off, and there's some smoke coming off of him as he's doing menial tasks, because that's what vampires do. They do menial tasks for their elders, and they probably die because of it. Oh yeah, and by the way, Chameleon, you brought up a good point. There are I'm holding up 10 fingers, but there are 5 new emotes because we have a crew here. We'll learn their official crew name, and just as the vampires form their coterie, hopefully we'll get a crew here tonight. So if you're a fan of Outback, you can type in lowercase t, capital O, Outback. If you're on Team Outback, or maybe you're on Team D-Rezz, or you're on Team Kiri, you're on Team
Gopher or Team Drake.
Or Team Drake, because I needed 4 letters and TJP is 3. Drake is, and actually the symbol is what Drake looks like anyway on the agents. So the emotes that you're seeing there in chat, when they're sending messages to each other, and you kind of get that whoop, those are the symbols that are showing up. And maybe I could actually find a way to make a little. That might be fun to try and find a way to actually have, like an agent app or like an overlay or something, for something like that. That would be interesting to explore. But anyway, so there are the 5 new emotes. I made my proposition for what each of them correspond to with Magic the Gathering colors, although that was more by personality than by class. But oh, and we do have Fickle God favors. We'll see if they're needed. They might, just because you all might be doing quick and dirties or hustles or cans. It doesn't mean that there won't be any sort of role involved, and maybe you want to give yourself a little bit of a buffer. So a howdy to you all here.
Kiri's just by.
We will we'll get into things here. I will shill because we do have a couple streamers here. Coffee Cat, who we've talked about our comfy gaming on Thursdays and also Fridays, where you're seeing playing here. Real quick, Coffee, since we'll go down the line for people to give our quick little table talk, because we have a lot to get into, even with the 4 of you here.
Yes.
As we're waiting for Mage Night. You did an art stream, and you also have a vampire game. Speaking of vampires, if you want to give a quick little blurb about that, and then we'll keep moving.
Yes, I am in the process of doing some more art streams on Twitch. Work and retail being slow as it is, they're not giving me as much to do, so I will make myself busy. I am doing commissions on art streams, and I will do them live on Twitch. If you want to do something outside of Twitch, you can always DM me. The other thing going on is obviously Brisbane by night and San Antonio by night, which are the vampire games I am hosting on my channel. One of San Antonio by night had its first episode on Wednesday. You can go and check that out. The VOD is available on Twitch. It will go up on YouTube next week. But go ahead and check that out on my Twitch channel, twitch.tv/CoffeeCatPresents. And Brisbane by Night is story told by Lethality. And I play Clayton in that game. And it has been very fun.
Very good. Thank you for sharing that.
Look at him being all like, he talked about me.
Yeah. Please do stop by to see all the activity going on. And well, I am biased because I have bought art services from Coffee Cat. I'm a very happy customer, and I've done it repeatedly because I get good quality. I was able to get an amazing animatic out of him, and he's done a lot of other art. In fact, the art you see up here for the characters, this is Coffee Cat's work. And even something that's not like a character, if you see the overlay all around us here,
Yes,
the overlay
I do
was
overlays.
also,
Yes.
a work by Coffee. So I appreciate your all support of the channel by subscribing, following, sharing it with others. Do business with people who do business with this channel. Coffee Cat certainly gives us the business. And together, we keep a nice, strong community as we help each other show off our talents and, share resources and talk about cool things and play games together. Speaking of a fellow streamer who plays games, Chameleon, hello. We'll give you a shout out as well. I hope things are going well for you in your Skyrim run. Anything else going on?
No, it's really just been that. I can probably get back into it. I've had a very, very long week. Supposed to be 2 people in the job that I work at, and it's been me by myself for over a week. Which is not too bad. Not too bad in most jobs, but I do physical labor. So that's been fun. That's why I haven't streamed too much, but I'm going to try to get back into that.
Let's just get a reinforced spine. Come on.
Last time I did.
Quit complaining. So you can lift stuff.
Yeah, last stream was nice. I only crashed once during that, so.
Did you hit a saturation
Figured
for the
out.
mods, or did
No, I don't know what caused that crash, but I do know what causes a very specific crash, which I will try to avoid doing on stream. I cannot upgrade a house too much and then enter it. Just crashes the game because it's trying to load too many new things at once.
we will bounce then over to lethality. You were mentioned as you're the one who is facilitating the VTM game over on Coffee's channel, set in Brisbane, Australia. Anything else going on that you want to bring up, or what's going on?
Nothing else interesting there to bring up. Although the coterie in Brisbane is currently they're getting an idea of just how absolutely screwed everything is. You see, Brisbane's a city at war at the moment. The prince is gone. The court's slowly falling apart because there's no praxis, and they're just a bunch of Camarilla kindred trying to find their way. As everyone else is licking their lips, wanting a piece of something that has been kept away from them for the past 200-something years.
Certainly an interesting angle and approach, then. This is not a bread and butter VTM story, it sounds like.
It is not, no.
We like it that way on my channel.
Very much.
Or like bread and blood.
Ayo.
Ah, yes, like Vlad the Impaler, dipping bread in weeping blood vessels.
Yes.
And then lastly, definitely not leastly, we have Evil Intent. Evil, how you doing, my friend?
I am doing good.
Any interesting personal stuff or video game news, or any hopes, dreams, fears you have for our campaign?
I did see some of the future titles, which not sure how I feel about those. But
Future titles for what in particular?
This campaign. The episode titles.
Those are past. The ones that he posted there, those are past.
Yeah, those are the last
Yep.
set of titles.
As we are, yeah. So this is 15.
Yeah.
Oh.
6 to 14. Yeah.
Oh.
We just got over the crash and then the grief.
Yeah, in this
that
case,
was chaotic.
This is also a tradition carried over from Chroma Company, is that the episode titles usually have a hint of something happening with them. And in this case, grief. And I like being kind of vague about this. Pardon me, everyone. I'm kind of taking a moment, because especially for the other player camera, with my cat continue to rub on it, it just looked like, I don't know, it had a film or something on it. And audience, I'm cleaning you up here. I'm doing the mom thing. I'm licking my thumb. Hold still. Come on. Hey, audience. Hey, almost. Hold on. Oh, you're so handsome. Okay.
So handsome, you wouldn't even think that they
Ari,
summoned the Dark Lord.
Anyway, yeah, so the titles usually correspond to an idea, concept. It could relate to a person. So this happened in Chroma Company. In fact, I also kept the list of all the titles there too. And so yeah, if you or anyone in the audience are paying attention, that will have an idea of what's to come. Now, this is Refresh, as we are presumably between two different story arcs right now. This is presumably downtime, although I wouldn't put it past players in a TTRPG to go out and start trouble and, try to heal wounds, but also taking on, street gangs or something. We'll see what happens. Always be ready for that. Grief from last week, the intention was both to, for anyone who was paying attention, possibly cause a little trepidation, like, okay, something sad gonna happen. And in this case, it ended up being, in fact, because we'll just go into it here. The griefing occurred during the presser of at the very end of the campaign,
Yeah.
where there was an art contest that could have been chosen for participation. I think that was taken off the table. Oh no, it's right here. So this was the Screamsheet from before everyone in the group here decided to take on the electronic fair job. But there's a tag fest going on by some nefarious street artist known as Prizzy, who has been body modded to look like a gray-skinned goblin with a fiber optic mohawk here. And the Road to Heaven is the theme for this year. And unleash your goblin mode, and wouldn't you know, we had that crossover because she griefed the convention center. Now, I can reveal this, I will, in the grand scheme of things as your GM. If you all, I didn't necessarily expect you all to take that as your job, which would have been a lot of research and getting to, and as you see, I would have had you all as a group find a way to tag the convention center without getting caught during the big presser. So either path would have led to a similar result. And of course, in the meantime, you would have heard the announcement of the stadium. You would have heard of the announcement of these mantis blades. So you would have gotten the briefs on what happened that day instead of being there at the convention center and influencing it. But in this case, the intention as the GM was, if you did choose that, you still would have gotten some notes about what was happening here, except the ultimate goal you would have gone towards was making sure that without getting caught by security or even this notorious solo known as UB, you would have had to put some sort of a mark or graffiti on the convention center. Because, how it started was just that. The press was out there. This is like one of the biggest names in solos, or at least of known ones. So think of this more like professional wrestlers who have a gimmick, a theme. UB is his own entity. He is known to do high level jobs. He's definitely been a heel and a foot at different times, and you all as players, let alone the sentiment of the citizens, the residents of Night City, will, much like with professional wrestlers, have your own opinions. But at the end of this big rallying speech, go out there, you can do this. Don't let anyone stop you, because there was some random events that happened at the convention center, like, I don't know, a possible eco-terrorist bomb going off. And then at the end, he withdrew his UV katana, and, well, this is the sort of stuff that happens in Night City. So, if our little goblin didn't do this, this would have been you all. I think we can all agree that this is both ASCII art, and this is also very assy art, too.
Yes.
So...
And it is the start of the road to heaven for odontology.
Now, I will upload, you all in Discord as my players, of course, have seen this, and for you all out there in the audience, because maybe you want to look at it and hem and haw or go, oh, interesting. I'll put that up here, but you can see how events in the Scream Sheets and kind of an idea of how things are going to be paced. We're still at the beginning of the campaign. I'm still a noob when it comes to being a GM for the system. But this is a good example of testing the different skills of all the characters, testing the pacing of things, the how hard things hit, like a grenade launcher to the face, or in this case, the brain of our netrunner, or watching Gopher, our tech, uh, act like the 64 Batman with a bomb over his head, running around and. Because some days there's just not a good place to get rid of a bomb. But
I
these
still
are
can't
all
believe I survived that.
these are the days and nights in Night City. There's a lot of serious and lethal things. There's a lot of stressful moments, and you do also have those moments of levity where you end up getting mooned by a street artist. So it's a little taste of what's to come, and really, I guess then we can. We can go to your all's different pads for individual scenes or thoughts. But I guess what we can do as a group, and this could be a blend of in or out of character, while I clean up the screen sheet here, because I'll just upload the one for the week. If there are things that you want to plot or plan or discuss, again, I don't mind if this is out of character, because surprise, surprise, I do want you all to. I do actually want you all to be a crew. In VTM they're coteries, in D&D it's a party. In Cyberpunk you are a crew. So I do want you to be a crew, and this is a good chance to talk about themes, names, or maybe even what you want to do for the week. Let's get all this stuff. Turn this down just a little bit. This stuff. We'll get rid of the play-by-play here. Clear drawings. Okay. So, ideas, thoughts?
D-Rezz's week is going to be pretty simple. She's spending at least 4 days recovering.
Okay.
Because body 6, I recover that every day that I'm resting. I need to actually rest.
If you would like, you don't have to. I mean, it's only 100 eddies, but if you would like, if you want to do a can job, it was a little like a data breach or something. We could count that as a if you want to recover over the week. If it was a more stressful one that was randomly rolled up, but
yeah, rules as written, even hustles will disrupt your healing process. So that's up to you as a GM, but rules as written, that's how that works.
Okay. Oh, is that and that's kind of for the hustle is considered to take the full week or something, or yeah.
Yes.
Okay. Then yeah. In that case, because I thought about it, I'm like, all right, well, it's 100 eddies. It is an easy job. There's not necessarily inherent risk, but I could see where that would also be, well, I'll do it in my spare time, or I'm going to be super safe about it, so I'm not going to try and jeopardize myself. And then part of that, too, is the info that you get out of that data breach. You got to find a seller for it as well. And then you got to get the money, and that takes some days, and that takes this and that. So, So, you know what? In that case, then that's fine. If you want to heal, you can heal. If you do want to do a canned for 100 eddies, you can as well. But if that's your choice, then that'll make sense. Because every week, regardless of your healing or doing something else, then I'm gonna roll this up as well as the weather.
Because she right now she's not actually hurting for money. More money would be nice, but she's not hurting for money.
You have your month and then some for February, because January is taken care of at character creation. So.
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay. Then that's pretty easy. Then you're taking the week to heal. No need to roll. There's not really any drama. There is role play now, of course. Where we left off.
Of course.
Where we left off, you and Kiri did have a moment together, and so that. I think it's safe to say that you exploring ideas and subjects with someone that you have feelings for won't distract your healing, unless for some reason you're very vigorous in the exploration of your feelings.
For 4 entire days? I don't think that's even possible.
But I would.
How can exploring your feelings be so vigorous? Cut to Kiri dangling D-Rezz off the balcony. How do you feel about me? It's like an interrogation technique. This is not how D-Rezz expected to be tied to a chair.
No.
But give D the vanilla ice treatment. Hang your ass over a balcony.
So yeah, it's you could explore that as something that you'd like to do. Although I suppose I should ask, because if we're talking about any engagement this week with a can job, Kiri, do you just want to take the week off? You want to do shopping, put your feet up, or do you want to earn 100 eddies with an enforcement job? What is your priority then?
I would say, yeah, just putting feet up this week is probably gonna be for the better. Make sure that D recovers, and it's 100 eddies. I've already covered my part of the con apt for like the mega building con apt for the month.
Okay.
No, I'm not in any major rush, and I could do with a little break to maybe regain some humanity, because God.
That's always an option. You could do that.
Yeah.
Yeah, might actually do that because I need some healing of my soul.
Spend a week going to daily therapy with brain dances.
Oh man, am I getting into a relationship? Damn, I need therapy.
Well, so what I think we could do in this case, because it would be, I think it would be story appropriate, and you all are allowed to give feedback on it as well. But where it does make sense to say, yeah, let's leave the net running out of the healing process. I think that we could count this week as exploring feelings and discussing them, future plans, or anything else. You know, not that you all have to be like super hot and heavy or super deep into making plans for where you two are going to be 5 years from now. That hopefully isn't the columbarium.
Right.
If you take the week off, then Kiri, I would be willing to count your budding first week of a relationship as a therapy. Because that is restoring, you know, you're opening yourself to the ideas of another person. You're opening up some sensitivity to another person, as you have gone from more than just roommates. In this case, you know, you two shared a smooch, and I mean that's very scandalous in and of itself, but. I think there's a lot of healing that could be found in that. Now, that doesn't mean that every week you're in a relationship with D-Rezz, you're going to get that. But I think this first week, when you have otherwise been so, and understandably, cold or closed off because of your past life events and fleeing Japan and Arasaka, liquidating your family and stuff, I think that we can count this first week as therapy. So why don't we treat it as such if you're fine with that.
Free?
Yeah, I'm fine with that. I will go ahead and roll the 2d6 for standard humanity loss therapy.
Damn, D-Rezz, I don't know what you're doing, but it's having an effect.
I'm back up to my. I'm actually back up to. That's actually back up to my maximum. If you
Your
believe
current
it,
maximum,
I'm back
yep.
at my humanity. Yeah, my humanity
Nice.
maximum.
D-Rezz is taking Kiri on dates. That's what it is.
Jeez.
Dates around Night City.
It's kind of weird because Kiri goes back up to her maximum, but she's still kind of dark, brooding, and distant, and like there's only so much you could do to you. Like, you have to increase her capacity. She's full, but she's not. You haven't upgraded the total amount of love.
Yeah,
that she can receive.
I can't.
It's past
I
traumas that
can't,
were left permanent scars.
Yep. You'll have to.
Yeah, it's a matter of even if I uninstalled my Sandevistan, I'd still only have a humanity of 40 at maximum. So
That's 4 empathy, so.
All right. Well, then that's. We can go into detail with it, but right now we're just talking about the initial. What's the idea for the week?
Yeah.
So we can have you two go on a date tonight. That's perfectly fine. I think that would be a good little part of the vignette of what each of you do.
And we'll get an achievement for it. Yay!
Gopher, what is your idea? Unfortunately, this is the second week in a row where there's just not a lot of tech work. So you have some job offers. You could take the week off. Or I don't know if you have any humanity loss that you want to work on, or if you have a shopping trip, you want to get something installed. What is your idea for the week?
Probably just take it easy.
Okay.
Because I think there's actually a few things around the block I need to go fix anyway, so that'll probably be take time to do that. Check up on the landlords or landlady, see how she's doing.
Yeah, that family certainly had an interesting time.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Also, I think since we all have cyberware, then we've all started with less humanity, so we can all afford some therapy. The only way to not start with humanity loss is to not take any cyberware.
I'm down only 2 humanity, so it doesn't really matter much right
That's
now.
fair. Payment was just brought up. Yeah, I'll get to that in just a moment then, because maybe you'll have some extra money to spend too. But we'll get the idea of what the week is, and then we can tune in. All right, so yeah, if you're taking the week off, I mean, because you got a payday, you have a job offer to think about. So there's nothing inherently risky besides just living in Night City. But you know what? I'm a nice enough GM. I won't have you. Just,
and I got my expenses covered too.
Yeah. Oh yeah. You're pretty good there. So yep. It's a week off. You effectively get to tell me. If you want to go around and you want to be the good neighbor. You're fixing people's faucets, or you're helping like a kid in your stack with like fixing a bike or something. That's fine. You're not really. You're not pulling down reputation and money, but also your life isn't really on the line, and you're not losing money also. So sometimes just treading water is itself a nice day in Night City. So okay, hey, you know what?
Especially after a chaotic week.
That could even make you flexible, because if something happens in the course of one of our vignettes, sends a message or something, then we could say that you can respond to it promptly or something. In that case, that seems pretty good to me.
So, Maddie.
Yes.
Would you also allow me to take the humanity recovery from the relationship too? I'm only down 2, so the 2d6 would be 1 and 1, basically. But
oh, okay. Yeah. If you're only down 2 from your capacity, that's fine. Okay. Otherwise, the first thing that came to mind was, well, maybe not 2d6, maybe 1d6, because you're also like bodily healing, so like it's kind of tender, and you're also focusing on other stuff, or there's times you just wake up grumpy and sore, and you don't want get away from me, don't touch me. Ouch.
Yeah, I'm only missing 2 points, so the 2d6 would be 1 and 1 at the minimum. So
that's fine. Yeah, you could top off there in that case. Because you're healing up your hit points. That's all by the book. And if you min out and top off, I think that's a very reasonable ask, for everything going on here. Now, as for the payments, now I gave you a custom number for any of you who were able to wheedle extra money out of people. So I'm hoping you had that written down.
I've already applied any
I-
extra money.
I
that
didn't
I've,
get a
okay.
bonus.
that I've
It was just
earned.
it was just a
Yeah.
500 for me. So
So convention jobs. So Outback wouldn't get this because he did not complete his contract. So this would be for JP and D-Rezz. Each of you would get 300 for completing your contract, which is going to be electronically transferred to your bank account. And remember, I in the grand scheme, I don't know how much of a difference it makes, but if you did specifically write down, you got a cash payment. You got that fat cash payment from Mikael. And in the in between job report, you can presume he will pay you in cash as well for working with him if you decide to do that into the future. Or if you want electronic, maybe you want to leave a trail for some reason. If you don't have that separated out, hey, that's fine. But otherwise, you had cash you could put like under your pillow or something. Or if you lump it all together, you lump it all together.
Or deposit it. You can deposit it
Yeah.
at banks and things.
Yeah. For the corpo jobs, that was 500. So yes, both Kiri and Gopher will pay you. You'll get paid 500 to your bank accounts because you worked for Corpse.
And then for me, I managed to get an extra 500 too, right?
yep, you got the bonus.
Yeah, because I haven't done the math, which is something that I can work on behind the scenes. While you all are like role playing or something, I can bring a calculator up and get to. Plus, I got to scroll back some and find out why I have a score of 2014 for D-Rezz for one of her morning rolls on the first day.
There was also some algebra in one of them.
Oh,
It was like 20B / something.
oh, that was birds. That was how many. In case it was a tiebreaker, that was how many birds were shot with the hand crossbow during the little like employee rally fair.
Yeah, I remember. Yeah, I was like,
Yeah.
Oh,
I'm
let's get your
not
camera
qualified
going.
for this algebra problem.
Yeah.
Yeah. It is also important to note, because I think everyone took it aside from Kiri. The hustles or quick and dirties, we would now be using the rank 5 rewards. So
Okay.
that's just for the future
Yeah,
reference.
we'll apply that for the future. Since this week is you're moving from one to the next. But yeah, I'll remember that for those of you who are ranking up in that, because that is a different scale. For those of you watching out there, if you don't know that, you can give your crew,
protecting it.
just something to do in the background, and the difficulty and the payout, or the concepts behind it, will change with how good they are at their job. So,
Yep, and I'm a rank 5 net runner now.
yay!
Oh,
Yes. Going from 4 to
my
5,
rank
Take care,
I
Raven.
would.
My
Yeah.
rank 5 solo-ness will probably be next gig when we get our next lot of IP if I get 300 or more.
Yeah. Most importantly to note is that going from rank 4 to rank 5 means you can no longer have a hustle that pays you nothing. Because
I think
the
you'll
ones
always
that
be able to
the
find
ones
some.
yeah, the
You'll
ones
always be
that
able to
usually
find some change.
yeah, the ones that pay 0 now pay like 100. So even if you have to keep your head down, you're still making a bit of money.
Outback, what
Little bit of
have
pocket
you
change.
decided to do for this week? Do you want to run it quick and dirty, or did you want to do the experiment?
Well, also, like the other person, I have to heal.
Oh,
Uh,
there's that too.
lower body score, though I may have, I took less damage, so I only need 3 days of healing to be back up. in full condition, and then yeah, I'm gonna go work with Pandora.
Yeah,
And,
I put her as Pansy. Yeah, I had the idea was there, but yeah, that's I
Two
guess
very
she is still
separate
very
boxes.
vast and earthy, just a different sort of a different sort of
Yeah.
name. Okay,
I
and in
thought
this
of
case,
what
this particular job is just one day. It's not like a hustle.
Yeah.
So you're not getting paid for it, but you are getting a unique car part. So if that's what you want to do, if you want to heal and then you want to go driving,
Yeah.
or testing, then that's fine. So
because
we can
that
run that
yeah,
encounter.
because that also plays into me upgrading my rollability
Yeah.
and getting my
that does,
expanded car.
Yeah. Yeah. You have you have the station wagon now, or the.
Yes, I now have 6 seats in my car, and I'm also not telling you which ones are ejector seats.
I'm still taking public transit.
You can take public transit if you want, but also you can now take the Nomad car if you want to, get around faster and safer.
Not with the threat of you don't know which one's the ejector seat.
I'm not telling anyone that. I'm not telling anyone that there are ejector seats.
Yeah.
Eject me into the sky. I'll drop shot whoever comes our way. Eject me towards a helicopter. Just pilot. Tunk. There he
Yeah.
is.
And if you didn't have, I had a very fun and quirky idea for what the upgrade is.
Sure. Yeah. That way I can come up with something we can run through later tonight.
Yeah, they are reverse shock absorbers. Instead of keeping the car's tires on the ground, like an '80s lowrider, it bounces the car up.
Oh, okay. Yeah, you wanna like a little hop like a Mario Kart.
Yeah, it's like a foot at best, probably less because I have a very heavy car. But that's why they want to stress test it.
Like a jump jet or something.
Okay.
Nowhere near a jump jet.
But
Like
just
That's
a
a
little
Cause-
boy.
that's AD conversion.
a little boring.
Just
Like
to
if there's
jump over speed bumps.
if there's a particularly high curb I want to get up to.
Okay. Yeah, that's fine. I'll come up with something fun we could do to test your little Mario Kart jumps. I can't promise that the next upgrade is the slide, where you build up the exhaust boost. But you got to be able to jump before you do that. So.
Yeah.
Upgraded drift.
And then lastly here, so we have JP. Now you don't have a quick and dirty, unfortunately. In fact, I'd like to know, JP, what happened? Why do you have to keep your head down this week?
Well, you see, I arranged a deal,
You see.
and when I showed up for the deal, everyone was dead. And I don't really know what
Yikes.
happened, but I decided to just walk away.
Everyone's dead and they're covered in tire tracks. That's weird. Out back being like, oh man, I drank and drove last night.
Yeah, that's the weird crossover. Then you find out, yeah, those
I ran over the entire thing you were gonna do.
those Acme Springs got some people hurt.
A little bit too much.
Then
You guys feel those bumps? Like all 12 of them?
An even funnier one is you had to keep your head down because someone saw you and they're like, weren't you just doing janitor work?
No, that's
now,
easily explainable.
well, you don't have a chance to earn money this week, at least not through being canned. There was the night market, which is following the electronic fair. So you have the chance to spend money in a unique fashion. Do you want to go to that, or are you working on yourself by healing your body or your humanity?
No, I'll be using that night market not only to potentially spend some eddies. I know that because JP has to find older tech. He can't just use current gen tech. So he has to, can't just walk up to anyone. So he's not only going to take this time to, look for this older gen tech and see if there was anything like that available at this night market. But since I am going to be increasing my fixer rank, I'm going to be using this time to ingratiate myself with a Russian gang and a Japanese gang that's at the night market.
All right, so we're running a Mario Kart track, and we're running a night market for tonight, and then D-Rezz and Kiri are going to be working on their on themselves. Gopher, and you're being like the nice guy around your stack, your hab stack. So, all right.
And
with
then I
that
will.
though, oh, go ahead.
Oh, I was just gonna say I will send a message to everyone. You know, when I know what time I'm going to be going to this night market, I'm going to send a message to everyone and be like, "All right, I've got some hot details. There's some fancy stuff crawling through the city streets. If there's anything you're looking for, now's the time to let me know."
Yeah. You can get a message back from Outback very slowly. All of Outback's money is in cash. Nomads don't really have bank accounts. So he can find you wherever you may be, and he'll give you, he believes the current market value is 1,000 eddies in cash if you can find a crafted muscle and bone lance.
I'll float the funds and you can pay me after your appointment.
Thumbs up emoji.
As a fixer, not only will I facilitate finding the item, but I'll also find you a ripper dock to install it.
Lovely.
Yep, because buying cyberware does
Cyberware.
also include a trip to the river dock to get it installed.
Yep.
Well, in this case, it's a trip to the hospital. This is intensive and invasive surgery.
Well, so one of those things that we do in the community is, while it says hospital, what it means is like a hospital level of ripper dock. So ripper dock that has a full professional set. It could be the hospital.
Yeah,
It
not
could be
many of
one
those.
records.
Yeah, very few rippers that have hospital level, because most of them are illegally operating.
That doesn't mean
Yeah.
that they don't have the right gear.
Yeah, it's just rough. Normally they charge you even more, but you know, if you're a good fixer, so he'll trust you that you'll find a good ripper.
Hey, maybe you might get started with an up and coming Victor Vector.
Yeah, that reminds me.
He
Let's
would
see.
be alive during this time.
Yeah, if I remember correctly, David Martinez is 5 right now, and I believe Vincent/Valerie is in their late teens, wherever they may be, because their life path is unknown as well.
Clearly, David's parents are following him around, just yelling at him for finding stuff on the floor and eating it, and telling him you shouldn't.
Yeah, that's
Stop
over in
eating everything you find. It's not good for you.
that's over in Santo Domingo, because V was born in 2053.
Especially with because again, you all are in touch with each other. We have the Nascent crew here. Any conversation, and this could be done through through your agents messaging, or even visiting. It's fine. We're loosey goosey with this week. With the scream sheets, that the highlights of them, and of course there's going to be other random stuff there, but this might be the juiciest, or the jobs or ideas, or some sort of like public zeitgeist that is still out there. Any conversation you all want to have about what is presented to you for the highlights of the week?
We got some returning jobs here.
I'll take a gander.
Oh man, they were fast on that. They had already got an ad for mantis blades.
Side notes about the kid is, we are gonna we're gonna let people see him, so this room can get a sneak peek at my little children in the next couple of months.
Oh yeah.
Nice.
But no, I'm trying to.
So we still got Pacifica work. We still got, I believe that was Kang Tao and
Mhm.
conspiracy theory with the FIA
Yep.
and Calgary. The only new one here is waiting list for Mantis Blades,
Mantis
which
Blades.
And-
no one here, I think, wants or can survive getting installed.
Mantis Blades want. Mantis Blades survive? Can't.
Yeah, because
that's a good way of putting it.
because you would already need a cyber arm, so you would need to get that too, wouldn't you?
Mm-hmm.
So what
On the
you
up-
see here with that, then, looking at it, of course, this is after the electronic fair, and the big reveal is that there is in fact a solicitation to get on a waiting list to have these things installed. So they're not ready yet.
It is it is just a waiting, so we could theoretically try and put someone down for that.
And the way that this is coming across, like, this is not done through Arasaka because they're not allowed in the city. However, this
It's done
ROA
through
company
ROA.
is soliciting in Night City to be an installer. A real world equivalent that your characters can think about to how we would approach something like this is if NVIDIA wasn't allowed in the US and they come out with whatever their standard, the 5090, base model, it does what it does. But in like NVIDIA itself isn't allowed in the US. However, MSI, Asus, all the others
They're
are
an OEM,
allowed in the
is
US,
basically-
and they are giving you 5090s. It just has all the extra stuff that makes it the whatever,
they're an OEM for Arasaka sourced parts.
So
Yeah.
this ROA company
Yeah, okay.
is acting as an initial solicitor and even perhaps installer of Arasaka here in Night City. So you would be getting Arasaka hardware just installed and, modified to some legal minimum, I'm sure, maybe illegal even. Hopefully legal, but even then a minimum. Through this ROA company. So that's the idea behind the solicitation. There's no direct Arasaka, but you know that Arasaka presented this. They have the, if we're keeping this to the NVIDIA cards, they have the founder's model. There's really no frills. It's just a black box. But then if you want the Aorus white one with all the LEDs and like 5 fans and everything else, and you can overclock it to like 1.5 times, okay, then you get the Aorus card. And so the ROA company here, and this is also building on the shell company that was brought up with JP and between JP and Kiri as well. So Arasaka is indirectly operating here, but they are meeting all legal minimums to do so, at least. But yes, this is the quick solicitation, and they're coming into it. They have a model. What the lady you see here was not the one on camera, but she does have a very similar build. 2 points can make a line, but 3 is better. But you are seeing right now between the public display and the ad, this is coordination. Could be coincidence, could be a necessity for the, for the cyberware for some reason. But you are getting a similarity in that. You're allowed to be as paranoid as you want about that, or as skeptical, or embrace it. And maybe you want to give ROA your information and be put on the waiting list. But yeah, that's the idea to that. And you also have a working QR code that if any of you out there follow it, you'll find out it's a Kang Tao job. That is a real QR code.
So yeah, we could work for
Wait, you
Kang
made-
Tao. We can do some
you
Night
made-
Corp work with Pacifica.
Did you make
We could
the-
make the website for that QR.
Yeah, that's what I was trying to ask. Did you go and make that, or did you just find it and link it?
No, I think he actually he generated that because it leads to the fandom wiki page for Kang Tao.
Yeah, I made the QR code that takes you there.
Nice.
That's actually
awesome.
genuinely great.
I'm having fun making the scream sheets. Okay, you're gonna get a lot of stuff like this on your weekly scream sheets. So get used to this. I'm gonna do crazy shit like this. All right.
I had to go scan this Calgary ad, and it's barcode.
Yeah.
I mean, we could do that. Do a nice 25-hour drive up to Calgary.
And if nothing else, it is reinforcing that, hey, maybe if a lot of people are taking that up, because we had a similar conversation last week too, where you're like, okay, well, yeah, why are we talking about Pacifica? We literally can't afford to live here. And JP, I think you're like, yeah, but look at the companies like Scott Brown, Zrafa, and Night City are looking to hire people to work. You know, you think you can operate one of those walking cranes? Then there's a job. And it could be day labor, or you could sign a contract or something. Calgary wants to get people moving there, which would probably mean that Biotechnica and Petrochem in Night City are hiring, because how many people already working for them would want to get the fuck out of Night City and actually go and live in, well, you know, I wouldn't call this propaganda, but let's say that was a propaganda poster to get people to move to Calgary. Then how many people would Biotechnica lose from Night City to go work there, meaning that there could be jobs in Night City at Biotechnica and Petrochem to fill in the gap for people who want to get out and be transferred up to Canada.
Or, you know, we just completely derail the game and make this Calgary 64.
Yeah. Night Canada 64.
Calgary is right by the mountains too, isn't it? Yeah.
Yeah.
Really stunning views there, unless the mountains have been blown to bits.
And this also does act as a little bit of world expansion, because I mean, we know Night City exists, and you know, through the video game announcement, this is, you know, the meta knowledge. They want to do something in Chicago as well. And this is also saying that while this FIA, you know, that's about that's about the NUSA, and Ohio still exists in this dystopian future. So that's cool, and it still brings it back to Night City, because if you look at the white text above the aerospace force, it mentions that there was an abandoned data term in Night City where this info was
That's
sort
where
of leaked or
the data was traced
found.
to. Yeah.
So
honestly, Close Encounters is probably a little more closer to what the kind of standard job you'd see in a game like this. Or we can keep doing corporate work.
So there's options, things to think about. I will make you all sorts of offers. You don't have to take them, or if nothing else, it's fun world building, and you know that your GM is invested in presenting you all a fun environment. So there's that. But at least this week, I think you all have other priorities. But so you see that things will swap out and change over time. I present to you this. All right. Well then, with these two things happening, we have if anything that might require any sort of rolling or would be given a feature. Let's go on a date, or sort of peek in on the life of Kiri and D-Rezz, because this will be like a twofer for what you two present as like a, you know, a day over the course of the week or something along those lines, in, you know, what you're doing or how you're feeling or thinking, and then tonight we're just going to go through this. We will have a night market, we will have our fun little Mario Kart track, but let's decompress from the electronic fair job, and this and all the ideas that you're coming across and you can reflect back on, that could all also culminate in whatever you want to be as this identity of a crew, to call yourselves, or, you know, any sort of branding, or, you know, how you save each other's contacts or something. So you choose You choose the day and time that we are focusing on you two, D-Rezz and Kiri, and then and mind the weather because you might have to if you want to go outside, or if not, maybe you two just you're how you communicate through love is I don't know playing a fighting game with each other halfway across the room and you call each other you know you call each other names as as things happen. But I don't know. You tell me that this is your field to play in. You're narrating this, and I'll change scenes or come up with something along the way to help supplement that.
Probably for the first few days, D-Rezz is just kind of passed out in the bed for most of the day, just recovering. But probably about halfway through the week, she's actually in a state where she can function because she was barely functioning on the last day of her job. She wasn't doing too hot, but yeah, that's probably about where in the week you would find them in that regard. And much like the start of every other day, she's sitting at her PC just kind of looking over the news of the day, since they generally don't have a TV to watch the news broadcast, but she'll pull it up on her PC and watch the VODs.
Okay. Then real quick, because this could be relevant for watching news or something. How many days did you say it takes you to recover?
For her to get back to full was 4 days.
4 days? Okay.
Yep.
All right. Would this be on the 4th day because you've done most of your healing? Would this be on the 5th day that we find you browsing, or?
Either or. I'm not picky.
Okay. Odds it's on the 4th day. Evens it's on the 5th day. Evens it's on the 5th day. So we have Monday because you went through Sunday that you weren't getting rest on Sunday because you were working. So we have Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. So Friday would be the day that we pick up. News wise, and then now this could be relevant then for you, JP. You wouldn't know this ahead of time, so this is meta knowledge you as the player are going to have to work through. On Thursday, a petrochem plant blows up, and the weather on Thursday changes from cold with light rain to cold with what were the two conditions? With blood rain and ash together, because a petrochem facility was blown up.
Understood.
Kind of messes with the local weather a little bit, as you get chemical fires and the winds drifting over the city. And
so in the news, there's probably like aftermath stuff, like a bunch of reports on, and important people this and politician that, all sorts of,
And drone shots.
the typical N54 sort of gobbledygook that comes out of something like this.
Yep.
Air tactics, the usual.
Yeah,
That's really this city really doesn't catch a break.
Medias are having a field day with this. People are reporting on how many people died from the sudden blood rain and ash storm that were floating through the city, and conspiracy theories of all kinds are popping up. Not just on the day it happened, but this is Friday, so this is the day after, which actually means that those weather conditions have gone away, but it is cold and overcast.
Wasn't it suspected that the bomber was a potential eco-terrorist targeting a petrochem exec?
D-Rezz thought that because she was putting together conspiracy board stuff in her mind.
Convenient.
Yes.
Mm.
And she's probably when just kind of musing to herself, I don't think this is any kind of coincidence. But ultimately get up from her chair to get ready for the rest of the day, and because she has intentions of taking Kiri out on a date.
Okay. You going to the noodle store, or are you going somewhere else?
No, something nicer.
Ooh. Man, big spender.
Something better. Something nicer than the noodle store. The ramen shop. It's one floor higher.
Yeah, Kiri is currently making some cosmetic modifications to her armor jack. Of course, it's not a coincidence. Eco-terrorism is kind of par for the course these days. You know, doubly so when they say that they're sponsoring a new stadium.
Yeah.
The major anti-NUSA sentiment here in Night City, combined with Militech being now basically NUSA's private army, and Petrochem, along with all of the eco-terrorists that brings out, of course things are gonna go up in smoke.
Must suck to be a corpo.
Well, as someone who was formerly corpo, as you so put it, it has its perks.
I'm sure, but like,
just depends on how much of your soul you're willing to sell.
Well, just working for the convention center, that had risks to our lives every single damn day. And that's just working at the convention center. That's not even to say that you weren't directly affected by being a contractor at NCOM, much less the full-time employees there. And then, whatever happened with...
That's not a matter of corporate lack. That's a matter of a large event being targeted because people knew things.
Well, of course they did.
You have a prank. The sorts of things that the likes of the vampires would perform. Or the Philharmonics, rather. You had a bomb threat, probably from an eco-terrorist. And you had Arasaka, who isn't liked, being hacked on their home soil by what was probably a group of netrunners that,
Oh, for sure, at least one.
Yeah. That's not so much the regulars in corporate life as it is the outliers.
I still find it incredibly hard to believe that they're not connected, but I didn't find any evidence that they were. It's a strange set of coincidences that 3 events like that happened at the same convention, and I'm fairly damn sure that girl who wore the mantis blades walked out of there having tripped on some kind of psychosis.
By the looks of things, probably. Arasaka are not the kind of people to care about the well-being of their employees when it comes to R&D. Trust me when I tell you the sorts of horrors that I could tell you about the R&D lab in Tohoku would pale in comparison to anything that you've seen.
So they'll install prototype tech knowing that it's going to cause psychosis.
Knowing that their risk is that it can, yeah. Now, as a point of order for you, when she refers to Tohoku, Tohoku is basically that's Arasaka R&D HQ. That's basically their biggest and their most powerful R&D lab globally is located in Tohoku. And she's been there a couple times. For different reasons, but she's been there a couple times.
So they're not beyond doing something like that, like setting somebody out that is on the verge of having a break, and they suddenly break.
They try their best to keep that under wraps for public relations reasons, but no, they're not above
I mean,
installing cyberware into people and sending them out, regardless of their mental state.
that's so reckless. Like, how many people are volunteering for these installs? Like, I don't even claim to know how many employees of the company there happen to be. But how many people get chipped up and lose it?
Thousands. Literally thousands.
D-Rezz, as a note to you, real quick, don't forget that you bring that up. Kiri was very close to accepting that $1,000 to test out new tech, and you had to talk her out of it.
Mm-hmm.
So the question, like, we can continue, but I just wanted to make sure, and if there's anyone in the audience who's following along too, you ask why would people volunteer for this, and in the back of your mind, maybe old habits are hard to break.
1,000 eddies. Well, I will reiterate this again because I told you on Sunday, but I'm glad you did not take that job.
Well, as I said at the time, I'm glad for that as well. And she finishes the modifications to her armor jack. I would have preferred, not getting butchered by a crazy bitch with blades in her arms.
I would prefer you come home in, like, one piece. Yeah.
Well, yes. I would.
I'd hate to have to
certainly
take you to a ripper and have your limb replaced. I mean, but I'd do it.
If I would even be able to handle such a thing.
Well, it was medical grade. No humanity loss.
If it was medical grade, it wouldn't stay that way.
Well, you could get a medical grade while you recover your humanity.
Boring.
But you are safe and sound in one piece, and we have a place to go.
Oh?
Yeah. I'm taking you out, like, to someplace nice.
Kiri just kind of looks at D-Rezz blankly for a moment before her eyes narrow and her lips grow up in a smirk. Are you asking me on a date, Deja? Is that what this is?
I don't know, God, what do you think?
Alright. I'll dress nice.
Me too. And she'll... Because she's been in her t-shirt and shorts because she's been hanging out in the house for like 5 days.
You need ultra comfy, yeah.
Yeah. Just like a tank top and sweats or something. And then so she'll go to her clothing closet and pull out something a little nicer. Still very Asia Pop inspired, but it's more geared to be like a shirt and skirt combo.
Okay.
Still got her. She's still got her bodysuit underneath it to, protection, stray bullets or a thing. But she's still got her body weight suit underneath.
Kiri is going in her light armor jack because obviously light armor jack is one of those things where it's like it looks like regular clothing.
Yeah.
It's just armored clothing. And she's done a little bit of modifications to it after the several days of wearing the light suit at NCOM. She's basically outfitted the back and the lining with some LEDs. So if you guys have seen Tron Legacy, you know the basically like the robes that that Jeff Bridges is wearing that has like
Okay.
it's like very traditional robes, but it's got like the glow on the inside. Yeah.
Ooh. Just like the collar on the image for D-Rezz's jacket has the LEDs on the inside of the
Okay.
collar. Inspired.
Yeah, basically. Somewhat.
I like it. It's subtle, but still a little flashy. So we're a little limited on choices, but we can go for Japanese, like a nice Japanese place, or we can go there's got to be a better place than Buck a Slice for a pizza. So find something like that. Or we could go with, just burgers and fries, because I heard that Scott burgers are actually kind of nice.
Sushi.
Sushi.
Real?
Oh yeah, we could actually afford it. So yeah, real sushi.
Interesting. See how much this costs. Keep role playing. That this is don't let the
The night would be about 100 eddies, but because I believe a fresh food lifestyle is like 2,100 or something a month, like
Right.
separately from where you live.
Yep.
Yep.
Quite a lot, because you're considered to get a full month of food at Kibble for $100. So
Yeah, so a really nice meal, like a really nice real meal out costing 100 eddies sounds about right, based on my lifestyle.
Okay. Then we'll get you set up at a real sushi restaurant. So one of you, I don't know, who's paying the bill? Who's the top? That's the question.
D-Rezz is.
Hell yeah! All right.
D-Rezz is paying the bill.
Go get her, D-Rezz.
who's paying?
Kiri says she'll pay the bill, and D-Rezz just stares at her like, "You better fucking not."
Who's paying the bill? And then we cut over to JP, who gets a Venmo notification.
maybe
You
once
got
we're an
us.
actual crew. Maybe once we're an actual crew. Yeah, it's like we went out the day and
$250.
JP receives an invoice, and he's just like,
How
"Fuck
did
is
you
this?"
guys get my SIN number again? I don't even have one of those fancy Neuro ports. How is this happening?
Look, I'm just saying your credit card's easy to hack.
Well, well, you don't have to be at the
Easier to hack than a neuroport here, JP.
JP just looks up to the sky like, "How could this happen to me?" It's my mistake.
Yep.
I just don't know how D-Rezz keeps hacking my credit card. There's just an old picture of JP on Facebook with his credit card in full view.
Even better.
See the full number, there's a mirror behind it, got the 3 numbers on the back.
like, oh yeah, JP, I worked so hard on it. You don't even understand. And then we all get, how you in a movie you get that little context snapshot. It's just D-Rezz
Really, all
looking up
she did,
JP. Oh look,
really, really, all she did is hack Drake and got the tap pay information.
Hmm. Give Dim RFID style.
Oh gosh. Well, so
There you go.
this isn't at
Not
the
canon.
this isn't at the Golden Dragon. If you want to give this place a name, if you want to give this sushi place a name, is we can incorporate this with a more custom location. But for right now, since you're actually at a nice place having like real fish sushi, we'll use this as the scene. If there's other things you want to discuss or talk about on your date night.
When was the last time that you had actual sushi? Japan?
Yeah. Before I came to Night City.
Damn, that's been a couple of years now.
It was. I think I was actually in the Sky Tree.
Skytree?
Oh. Yeah, the Tokyo Sky Tree. It's a massive. Massive skyscraper. Has a restaurant and an observation deck at the top.
Sounds like it'd be a nice view.
Wow. It was. And I remember who I was there with. I was sitting across from the old man.
The old man? Boggles my mind that you were even sitting that close to him. Not that I disbelieve you, that's just hard to believe.
No, I understand he rented out the entire restaurant because he liked the view from up there. Whilst, he could still do those sorts of things because even then he was getting on in age. He was an evil bastard, but there was something honorable about him. Because there were lines that even he wouldn't cross. The kids were there too, actually. Although Hanako and Yorinobu were quite young. Michiko was getting prepared to make her exodus, which I don't blame her for. even back then, he was a little brat.
How long ago was that?
Five, 6 years. Before the turn of the decade. 2050s. But it's been, that long. So much has changed. Because, I thought I was gonna serve the Arasaka line until I died.
never truly told me what happened to your family. Just not that I'm prying, but just that Arasaka
No,
got rid of them.
no. No, if we're going to be together, you deserve to know. I was on mission. I wasn't even in Japan at the time, actually. I was somewhere else.
Shit.
I'm not gonna say for reasons of, unfortunately, even with my MIA-ness, I'm still kind of bound by NDAs, and if someone finds out that I told, that's one way to get hit squad sent after me. So we're just gonna do ourselves a favor and not.
No.
But
That's perfectly
I
fine.
come home. I come home to an empty house. A cleaned house.
Like they.
Smells of bleach.
Oh.
Little tiny little bits that they missed that I noticed. They massacred everyone. My parents, my cousins, my little sister. Everyone.
Shit.
It was at that point that I called in a favor to get myself transported out of Japan, and in the ensuing flight, I had the cyberware that was in my body removed. They ran out of anesthetic about halfway through my linear frame removal.
Fuck.
I survived. They managed to hook me up with a neuroport, and a netrunner contact of mine from Japan sent me some OS to overwrite the one that was on my Sandevistan so I could keep it.
By that point, it couldn't have been removed.
They could have removed it, but there was no point at that point. They knew I was going to need something to survive more than just my sword. So instead of removing the Sandevistan, they overwrote the OS with a new one. Something a little better than Arasaka stock, actually. Yeah, you can even have a look. And she'd offer her a hand. And with an interface plug, you'd be able to see the Sandevistan OS is that the OS on her Sandevistan is not only custom, but it's like tweaked to the moon custom. Like even Arasaka's OS was stock was always in English and Japanese. This is in Japanese only, and seems to give all sorts of system metrics that stock OS just doesn't give you.
When you say offer your hand, are you like offering your connection cable? Like, are you letting D-Rezz like plug into you to scan your hardware, or?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, that's I'll interface into her plug,
Okay.
taking my cable and linking up to her.
Oh,
Huh. It's a good thing I can read Japanese. You ever want tweaks made? Something gets a little glitchy, I could fix it.
That'll be useful if something happens to damage it, but for right now,
Yeah. The operating system on it, with these custom jobs, there's, I don't know, sometimes you run into netrunners who could maybe dump the OS and things like that, like the one that maybe programmed this for you. And I don't know if for some reason the OS ever got dumped or, glitched or virused or something like that, then I could fix it.
that'll be good.
With a little bit of help maybe from Gopher or something, because the actual mechanical elements would probably still need to be edited, but programming.
He's a technical whiz.
He'd be
I
a great
watched
help at
him
that.
working with the I watched him at the EBM booth. Someone like that in our little Rolodex would be very useful. Because for every computer we run up against, there's another every computerized lock we run up against, there's another one that's just mechanical.
That's true. It's a good thing I have his number saved.
And I've got JPs and Outbacks. Speaking of, I actually scored a contact at the convention.
Oh yeah?
The supervisor I was working for under Encom.
More than just a job offer? And you talked about the job offer before.
Yeah, no. I've got him as backup every now and again. Should we need an extra set of hands who's solid with a gun. It's Corporal veteran.
Damn, Corp War. Why does that feel so old?
Well, so much shit happens year on year that, 30, 40 years sounds like nothing. Nothing and everything at the same time.
I'm
doubly so
not
given
old enough.
that, most people don't live that long.
I'm not old enough to know anything about the Fourth Corporate War, but my parents were. Pretty sure that's half the reason they left India. The other half being, well, better opportunities in Night City. At least that's what they said.
I lived through it. In fact, I was meant to go to the front lines.
Well,
It didn't
I'm glad you
happen.
did.
It didn't happen. Instead, they augmented me and kept me aside for bodyguard duty.
The safer option?
Safe enough. And then, of course, I served dutifully, and look where it got me.
Yeah. Did I tell you I got a job offer from the convention center?
No, you didn't.
They want skilled and professional netrunners to run their business operations for, well, whatever. Officially, it's a Night Corp company.
Well,
Unofficially, my supervisor liked my work a lot that I told her that she could hire me as a merc anytime she wanted.
It's the best way to keep yourself free.
I told her as such. She seemed a little disappointed that she wasn't not attached. Like she'd missed out on some dream that she had. Like maybe she thought one day she'd be some kind of in the Screamsheets or in the City Lights sort of big wig edge runner. Maybe somebody like 2B. UB? That's his name. God, I get that wrong so many times.
Ultraviolet. Yeah. Here's the thing about the big names. They're the ones who go up in the lights, but they're not legends. When he dies, you won't find a drink at a place like the Afterlife named after him. When it comes to the profession of edge running, that's where legends are made and immortalized. It's not if your name is up in the lights. It's if those who run in the edge alongside you remember you after you die. Because that's what happens. You either live long enough to sell your soul, or you die a legend. Silverhand,
Well,
Blackhand. Think of all the big names from the 2020s.
from when the Arasaka Tower fell the first time.
I was a young girl when that happened. Could have been older than 2.
God, that's not even old enough to remember anything.
No, I remember.
Well, it had to have been all over the news in Japan.
And the rest. It's the only thing anyone ever talked about. Those sorts of things. Not necessarily to that degree, because Silverhand was a moron. Who in their right mind even thinks about setting off a nuclear device in a populated area? You know?
Eco-terrorists?
Yeah, but enough conventional explosives could have brought the building down without, you know, irradiating so many things and causing the time of red.
Yeah. But if the people in power around us won't stand up for us, what do we do?
That's why we step into the shadows and we run on the edge.
That's where the rebellion lies, I guess.
Well, in a world that constantly develops, you either sit back and let those in power change things for you. You complain, or you get up, you grab that bull by its horns, and you hang on. I'm tending
One-
towards option number 3.
Well, good, because I tend to do the same thing. You know, run some reputations through the muck because I found some dirt on some people. Oh no. Who knew? The dirt is gonna get out.
A waiter,
That's pretty
as you're talking in this little bit of a conspiratorial, and you can see the waiter approaching. I don't know if that causes voices to go down, but as you've been eating, the waiter comes out and sets a dish in front of each of you, and translated perfectly in Japanese. The chef wanted me to send these out to you two, as a thank you for coming by today. After yesterday's weather and events, we appreciate the business. Enjoy. Wild caught shark. Very rare. You get a small bow, and the waiter goes to leave you back alone at your table, because this place isn't too hopping right now. Number one, it's real food. And two, just yesterday, the city was awash in
There was
blood rain and
a big
ash.
kaboom in Blood Rain, yeah.
But yeah, before you, it's not a huge chunk of it, but wild caught shark on a little bit of rice with a simple seaweed wrapping.
Yeah, Kiri is gonna pick it up and, like, with chopsticks, of course, pick it up, and she's not even, like, the tiniest little dot of wasabi, not and like a little dip of soy sauce, and
And
I want to say,
D-Rezz is going to do similarly with chopsticks. Maybe with less flavoring. She's not a wasabi fan. She goes and
This place might have fresh food, but is that real wasabi or is it just horseradish?
Look, they only paid 100, and
well,
it's
it's
not.
probably it's actually. Well, I mean, the thing is, it's actually relatively easy to grow wasabi. It's easier to grow wasabi than it is to grow horseradish.
It's easy to grow wasabi right now, but
The-
real horseradish loses its spice rather quickly. So
Well, it's actually the other way around. The wasabi loses its potency not as a crush, but as a root. Once it it will only be spicy for so long after it's picked.
yeah, so you gotta be. That's why it's so expensive.
Whereas the radish
why-
retains the spiciness until you grind it.
Either way, you are only paying $100, so I doubt it's actual wasabi.
Probably lab made. Remember,
Well, yeah.
Cyberpunk.
Lab
Probably
made.
just synthetic goo.
Lab made
Western wasabi. Cheaper and shelf stable.
Yeah, it's not
That's
as
right.
it's not as real as real wasabi, but it'll do.
But enjoy your
Oh,
chef
shark.
special of the tiniest sliver of wild caught shark. That seems to be a very increasingly rare, even among real food enjoyers, a rarer and rarer thing to find.
Well, I'm sure as rare as it is, we'll take measures to preserve the shark population.
Well, naturally, why
Definitely
wouldn't
won't
there
be extinct in. It definitely won't be extinct in like 4 or 5 years.
Mhm.
They must have had some stock that they need to get rid of, otherwise this would not be compliments of the chef, would it?
Yeah.
I also didn't ask you to roll fashion to enter a real food sushi place either, so.
Yeah, roll wardrobe and
They
style.
might be happy to get business at all right now. Otherwise, I would check if you could get in there with your shoes.
Although, I mean, Kiri and her neo-modern light armorjack yukata might be fine.
Maybe.
Well,
Mm. She kind of looks like
You
she
wouldn't
kind of
see it.
gives off the look of a schoolgirl in a uniform or something right now with the clothes she's wearing.
I mean, you for sure wouldn't see
it's
Outback
like
in here.
it's
Yeah.
like punkish Hatsune Miku.
Yes, very much so.
Well, then, so you've shared this, and now, of course, D-Rezz, from what was revealed, uh, by being more than a roommate here to Kiri, this may very well endanger you should any of Kiri's past catch up to her.
Kiri
That's fine.
has certainly already told her about that, even when they became roommates, like before feelings started to blossom. She already says, like, being just around me in general is a bad time. Are you sure?
But now there's an
That's-
emotional, not just man, that really sucks that my roommate's gone. Who's gonna pay the other half of rent? This is this is a lot heavier now. Same,
It is.
the same thing, the same event could cause much more psychological damage and angst and pain.
But that's okay, because I told her regardless that if Arasaka came knocking at our door looking for her, she's not going anywhere. They're never going to take her. They're never going to find her. I'm gonna make sure that that never happens. That's why every day I'm scrubbing the city net, just in case. She doesn't have to know I'm doing it, but I'm doing it just the same.
Before your date night concludes, then, are there any other observations or activities that you would like before you walk or stumble? I don't know how much sake either of you would like to enjoy before you end up back at your mega building.
That's a good question. Anything that D would want to do?
After dinner,
Pachinko? Okay, go ahead, I'm listening.
she maybe.
Go! Gambling!
After dinner, though, there's a couple of parks around Night City that have like illuminated trees and things like that
Yeah.
that kind of dot the city, and so nearby to their mega building complex, she would take Kiri out for a walk and just kind of sit and enjoy maybe the cold, but since they're kind of bundled up at the moment, just
Okay.
kind of walking around
Yeah. I unfortunately
with the
don't have a
intention of
park-
sharing it with Kiri.
I don't have a park at night scene, but yeah, we can imagine that the trees are exactly as you described. There's lights in them, and trees might not even be real, but there's at least lights in the trees, and
Like the ones that are like the fake cherry blossoms or something, like there's
yeah.
basically LEDs.
Then here, let's do this. It's because we do need to commercialize this. However, one of you needs to pay 2 eddies, and what you do is you sort of you put it into a machine. There's like a vending machine here at the beginning of the trail, and then you decide how you want the trees to appear. And for your 2 eddies, you're given 5 minutes to walk down the trail, and the trees will have a cherry blossom effect, or snow, or it's a summer day, even though it's the middle of winter. You'll get sort of a walk-through augmented reality experience as you go down this kind of a lover's lane sort of a thing.
Any of these looking fetching to you? And she's already hooked up, like her cable to pay.
Yep.
I was thinking cherry blossoms, but if you're thinking something else,
No, I think cherry blossoms is a perfect pick.
Blue, orange, traditional pink.
pink.
Please set speed and density of particle effect.
A moderate amount?
You're going through all the sliders and you're setting your
Yeah.
in a very
It's got a preview as well.
yeah. There's a little preview screen so you can fine tune your nature walk in the preview screen of the vending machine.
The settings for volume and density are traditional, anime confession scene, and Oogway's death.
Ouch.
Although those were peach blossoms, but still.
All right, so we're allowed to laugh even in Cyberpunk and at this, but you know, hey, for D-Rezz and Kiri, this is actually a personal romantic moment of going to a vending machine and setting the particle effects for your nature walk on a date night. So yep, you two, all the trees, you know, there's like the generic, you've prompted it, so then all the trees then kind of go through a cycling, and then it starts, and you get the blossoms, and everything is wonderful. You can get some background music playing if you want, or you have all sorts of ways to customize this, which is a pretty good steal for only 2 eddies for this 5-minute one.
That is actually pretty stylish. All things considered, 2 eddies is kind of a steal for playing with infrastructure.
I just thought that this would be like some interesting thing. I don't know that we've ever been to this park before prior to now.
I don't think we have. But it does... It does give me a thought that eventually I want to take you over to Japan and I'll show you the real cherry blossoms.
That would be nice. I don't think I've ever seen
So-
no ones. In fact, I've lived most of my life in Night City. My parents left with me when I was like 2 years old. I don't remember much about that. I don't remember much about anything from when I was a little kid, if I'm honest. I mean, some, but like the typical stuff, like from like age 5 and beyond or whatever. You know, the normal bits and pieces that people remember, right?
Formational memories, developmental milestones, those sorts of things.
Parents didn't really keep like digital photos or anything like that. It wasn't really something that we did a whole lot of. Like, there's maybe 1 or 2 photos that were ever saved to shards, and that's all I have. And they're old shards now. They're not even... I mean, they're still compatible, but the space on them is really, really small.
Have you thought about transferring the photos to a bigger shard?
I've thought about it. I don't know, something about slotting the old shard feels nostalgic.
Hmm. I can understand that. Mostly.
I think part of it was they didn't really want to leave a footprint, much like you don't. They never really told me why. And well, my dad died when I was 16, and my mom was in a car accident shortly after that.
Maybe they had their own demons they were running from.
That's what I suspect. I've toyed with cracking open my dad's old cyber deck. Aside from, using it for the obvious reasons, that it's kind of what I learned on. But, can't say that I've ever gone digging into his files. I don't know what kind of ghosts I'd be digging up. If there's
Well,
anything saved on it at all, it could be empty.
it's worth a look.
I definitely know I'm haunted, though.
I think
Haven't
on
seen it in a
that,
couple of weeks, but that ghost.
you and me both, just in different ways. Your ghost is virtual, and mine. And
Is it?
Kiri looks up in the direction of the center of town where Arasaka Tower once stood. Mine is very, very real.
Isn't much of a ghost at all if it's real.
Say that to the hit squads that are here and then gone.
Well,
Like ghosts. They appear, and they vanish.
I will have you know that I will not let them harm you without a fight.
Well, depending on who shows up, maybe you wouldn't have to fight at all.
What do you mean by that?
Not everyone who toes the Arasaka line has lost every ounce of empathy.
Hmm.
There are those who do still fight for the right thing.
Even from within the company?
Even from within.
Well,
There
I
was an up
hope
and
if we.
comer. There was an up and comer as I was leaving. Good man, that. If he stuck true to his convictions and they haven't been crushed yet.
Well, here's hoping they never send anybody.
Oh no, they will. Eventually they will. That is not a matter of if, it is a matter of when. But when they do. And Kiri would put a hand on D-Rezz's shoulder. We'll be ready.
Go ahead if there's one more thing, and then we'll move forward.
Yep.
Was there something else to say or do? I didn't want to interrupt. I thought one of you were going to say something. So the walk is as it is, and in this case, speaking as the detached narrator to the audience, you know, the depth of the conversation. We have these two. We have these two people, lost souls themselves. Interestingly enough, talking about the ghosts around them when they find themselves in this state, and perhaps even more poignant, known or unknown to them, would be the fact that if there was anyone here observing, you have these two that are haunted by ghosts, themselves appearing as such, as the cherry blossoms just seem to pass right through them. Given the hologram that was bought and paid for their stroll. But the stroll, the time allotted for the special effect, and even the evening will have to come to a close. You two will have to return to your mega building to ponder and plan and prepare for whatever future lies ahead of you. Why don't we, because it's almost 11:30 here, why don't we take a quick break? You know, snack, sip, go to the bathroom, do what we got to do, and then we'll come back and we have a couple other moments that could be poignant, filled with lore. Could have a couple laughs as well, as we have a night market and a set of springs, a set of auto shocks that we need to test as well. And then there was a proposal that would have come through. So Drake, as you saw, I uploaded the assets into our 20, but you know, Drake would have come up at some point in time as well with the proposition to get together at the Golden Dragon. Speaking of the place that we were at, in order to sit down and have a conversation. We'll see if we can get that part done here. But for now, everyone, get up and stretch, do your thing, and we'll be back in about 10 minutes. We'll continue this episode entitled Refresh shortly.